It's an ML Sports Take brought to you by Rosie's Corner and our great friends at Welch & Company Jewelers. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Was an unbelievable game one of the World Series, no question about it. But from a Yankee perspective, I know this is a one-game sample size. There's still a whole series to play. This is the difference between MLB, NBA, NHL, and let's say the NFL and March Madness, for example, where it's one game, you win, you move on, you lose, and you go home. Still a chance to rebound for the New York Yankees, but they were overwhelmed in this game in so many different areas, right? Aaron Boone is a horrendous manager. Let's start right there with that. A lot of people want to point toward Nestor Cortez. Let's go back to Gerrit Cole at 88 pitches, and Derek Jeter in the postgame said it perfectly. I mean, is there anything the guy doesn't do perfectly? That's one of the guys on my wall right there. He's absolutely unbelievable as an analyst, and he said it. He was like, look, this could have some carryover effect. He brought up Al Leiter about 25 years ago. And the fact that he was pitching with 88 pitches, you get in a little bit of trouble these days and you get yanked, even if you're the ace of the team, like Gerrit Cole is as close to an ace as we know in today's bullpen, a fevered game. I mean, it was just an atrocious decision. I could see if he was at 80 or 110 or 120 pitches, 88 pitches, like, when they were putting up all these things for Fernando Valenzuela, you look back at that and you go, that's when it was. That's when throwback pitching was. That's when guys used to be able to go deep. It was a horrible decision. And then in addition to that, they bring in Clay Holmes, who's always a roller coaster. They got away with that because of the Cole decision, bringing in Holmes and Canely and eventually Weaver. You had to burn more Weaver than you probably needed to as well. The comedy of errors. I thought this game was lost for the New York Yankees in the 8th inning, honestly, when, Gleyber Torres had that defensive blunder and couldn't stay in front of the baseball, which allowed a run to eventually score. That was brutal. How about the decision by Aaron Boone to put Oswaldo Cabrera at second base? Isn't he more of a third baseman or a first baseman? No. It's game one of the World Series. We're just going to try things. And then you had Nestor Cortez, who hadn't pitched in a month, along with Hill warming up in the bullpen. Let's just go with Nestor Cortez because in the postgame, as Aaron Boone said, I just felt good about the situation. How? And then he said, oh, well, I don't really feel good about anybody against Ohtani. Okay, well, okay, like what? So, he proceeded to say that, obviously. But this was a comedy of errors for the New York Yankees the entire game. And, look, I mean, Nestor Cortez hadn't pitched in a month. And, and by the way, those two answers were coupled, obviously. The Ohtani answer and the Freeman answer were in the same sort of post part of the press conference for Aaron Boone. But, Nestor gives it up, and that's that. And, if you're from a Yankee perspective, you're hoping that Rodon can give you something tonight. Aaron Judge still isn't hitting. Stanton did his thing. That was great. Soto had awesome at-bats as usual. Jazz Chisholm was a huge spark in this game, had a couple of steals and really ignited them late in the game and gave them a chance to win the game, certainly. And you wasted a start by Gerrit Cole. That's how I look at the end result of all this. The edge that you had going into the World Series, you lost the edge by losing this game. And Gerrit Cole, Rodon, Schmidt, blah, 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 Luis Hill. We hear about the starting pitching. Flaherty was great until he gave up the bomb to Stanton in this game. But, the reality of the situation is the Yankees had a big-time opportunity, because their ace was on the mound, and Yamamoto, Buehler, and Flaherty have struggled so far. They aren't aces to the point like Gerrit Cole is, and it was, it was just a really unfortunate situation, honestly. And you have so many different things that you look at, but I think all of those errors, by the Yankees, they come to a head against a better team. And I was still surprised that the Yankees lost to beat the Kansas City Royals. I had the Royals in 4. I picked the Yankees over the Guardians because I thought the Guardians were a little bit, they slip up and, it is what it is. But Cleveland always chokes in the playoffs. But man, to go to Nestor Cortez there, no bueno. No bueno. And, you look at the bottom of the 10th inning too, like how it all kind of transpired, and you just kind of felt the momentum even before that, right? When LA had tied it even at 2, and the Yankees got the lead in the top of the 10th, with the Volpe grounder for the fielder's choice, but you really didn't feel like it was a sealed deal, right? And the bullpen was worked. And by the way, they wasted the Verdugo defense too. I mean, the Yankees were so pitiful in the field mostly. Not only did you have the Glaber play where he couldn't keep the ball in front of him, you had Verdugo, who had a bad play in that Bermuda Triangle type of a thing. And early in the game, he was running around trying to chase the ball. Then he made 2 great plays where he dove forward, caught one, and then he made one crashing into the wall, just before the home run by Freeman. So this is postseason baseball at its best, and the Yankees and their fundamental flaws and their defense at its worst, and there's no other way to say it. It's what going in I had a lot of concerns about. When I lined up the Yankees and Dodgers evenly in categories and gave the Yankees the edge to starting pitching, gave the Dodgers the edge to fundamental and defensive baseball, and it shined last night. ML Sports Take here, brought to you by our good friends at Barks and Rec Doggy Daycare, Ken's Auto Detailing, Mars Motors, and CNY Golf Shop and Range. Another nice afternoon plan for Central New York weather again, about 55, and sun in and out. So go shop, swing, and save at CNY Golf Shop and Range. Rather, what I was going to say is after that, just keep going up Route 11 North, stop by Brewerton Ace Hardware, grab stuff for fall and winter, a lot of Halloween decor, and then Rosie's Corner for lunch as well for your pizza and wings all day long. All around Central New York, shop, eat, buy local. All of them proud ML Sports Platter sponsors. As I always tell you, enjoy the games.